Well, let's speak to one person who should know well about the state of the prisons right across the country. He is Mark Fairhurst, Chair of the Prison Officers Association, and he joins us from Liverpool. Thank you so much for coming on to talk to us about what Jason Farrell has learned from those 3 prison officers. Are you shocked by what you saw there?
Unfortunately not. I'm not shocked at all, Sarah, because a lot of things in that piece are replicated across the entire prison estate, and it comes as no surprise to me that when you open a new jail, you get issues like this because undoubtedly you have a very inexperienced staffing cohort dealing with a very experienced prisoner cohort, so that does bring its own issues.
How has this been allowed to become the norm?
Well, the problem is, when you're looking at G4S, who run their prisons for profit, they are subject to penalties if they don't hit targets, and some of those targets are time out of cell for prisoners and amount of prisoners that they have unlocked. And unfortunately, G4S are experiencing the exact same problems as every other public sector prison. It's difficult to recruit staff, but it's even more difficult to retain staff because, as you can see from that film, we are working in the most hostile and violent workplace of anywhere in the world. So we will work with G4S because we do have recognition rights with them and a lot of members there. We will work with them and the local committees to ensure that staff are safe at Five Wells.
Do you know what? I watched that report and I thought, who would want to be a prison guard? I'm sure people watching at home would think exactly the same thing. Why do people go into that job if that's what they get on a daily basis?
Well, what we have to do is make sure that they feel safe and confident and competent at work, and there's a support mechanisms in place. For example, in that film, there was one prison officer looking after 60 prisoners who were all unlocked at the same time. In a public sector prison, that would be what we call patrol state. If there was only one prison officer on a wing, every prison would be locked behind their door. So we will be expecting in the future that G4S work with the Prison Officers Association to ensure safe staffing levels. Let's not forget, Sarah, that we need at least 3 prison officers to restrain one prisoner if there's any trouble. So how do you expect one prison officer to safely supervise 60 prisoners? It's impractical, it's unsafe, and it's unrealistic. So we need to put that right first and foremost.
Yeah, the prison system, fractured, broken, call it what you will, it's just not working right from what we've witnessed tonight. What's it going to take for that to change? Is it, as those officers who spoke to us said, is it someone being killed?
Well, we've already had several homicides, prisoner on prisoner, over the past couple of years. That's all kept hush-hush, it's not headline news. What it will take is a major investment from this government or future government to increase the wage of prison officers, to lower the retirement age from the ridiculous situation we have now, where we're expected to work in an environment until state pension age. And we need an investment in the infrastructure. So we do have modern prisons like Five Wells. Five Wells has the capacity to lock up over 1,800 prisoners. But if we're going to allow one prison officer to supervise 60, it's a recipe for disaster. So we're determined to work with everybody involved in that prison to make sure we have safe, controlled, well-disciplined and well-ordered prisons, because without that, you can't possibly expect us to rehabilitate anybody.
Mark Fairhurst, Chair of the Prison Officers Association, really appreciate your time on the UK Tonight, reacting to a Home Editor's special report there. There's more on our website, skynews.com.